Welcome back to another episode of Motivation with Linnell Season 2. And joining me in my safe space today, I have a wonderful young lady sitting right beside me. Her name is Deaconess Cunningham. And today we'll be talking about salvation. So let's get right into the topic. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to
You're
you,
looking
Sister
lovely.
Danielle. Thank you very
And
much.
I appreciate you for joining me in my safe space today. And I hope as we discuss this topic, God will take us through.
Thank you.
All right. Can you define salvation in your own words?
It is a saving, all right, in my term, in my
Mm-hmm.
own words, it's the saving of human beings from
Right.
sin and its consequences.
Consequences. Okay.
Because when we sin, there are
Mm-hmm.
consequences
Okay.
for it.
Okay.
And so that's my definition.
All right. All right. All right. All right. Speaking of salvation, how has the gift of salvation made a difference in your life?
Wow. The- it makes a big difference. Knowing that I come from a born in sin and shaped
Mm-hmm.
in iniquity,
Mm-hmm.
and so I was messed up.
Oh.
I was so messed up, and God just came and just saved me out of the
Mm-hmm.
grip of the enemy.
Mm-hmm.
And so it have transformed me,
Mm-hmm.
not only spiritually but
Mm-hmm.
physically.
Yes. Yes.
It's really transformed me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I was a really darker person, but my
Oh.
complexion now I'm glowing in the
Ah,
Lord
true
through
salvation.
salvation.
Good, good, good. That's very good. All right. What led you to see salvation as a meaningful gift?
Wow. I can say it is. It is. I can't even explain. I
Mm-hmm.
can't even explain
Yeah.
salvation, but it is something that is what I call a supernatural.
Right, right,
It's
right,
a gift unto
right.
God.
You know, when growing up, my mother and my father used to say salvation sweet.
Wow.
That me grew up on,
Yes.
Salvation sweet. So, if you found salvation and it is sweet, stay right there.
Very sweet.
Stay right there. All right. How does salvation guide you daily and the decision you make with the relationship with God?
Okay. After learning and growing,
Mm-hmm.
reading the word,
Mm-hmm.
fasting and prayer,
Mm-hmm.
the fear of God. You
Right.
have the fear of
Right.
God.
Right.
And for us as Christians,
Mm-hmm.
we have to build a relationship
Relationship
with
with
God.
God.
You
Right.
have to have a relationship
Relationship
with
with
God.
God.
That's
Yes.
the best thing. You have to
Yes.
have a relationship
Mm-hmm.
with your Father, a
Yes.
one-to-one communication
Yes.
with
Yes.
Him.
Yes.
And so it is not easy,
Yeah.
but it is worth it.
Yes.
It is
Yes.
worth it. It
Yes.
is worth
Yes. Okay. Is there a part of your story that others might find reliable or inspiring? So I would want you to just look in the camera and tell somebody about your story, about salvation, how it has transformed you. I want you to tell somebody because somebody is watching out there and would be inspired by this. So I want you to tell them about your story.
Okay, my story. Wow, it's a lot, but I'm just gonna share this part.
Right.
Being in sin, my God, I was messed up as I said before. I used to struggle with masturbation,
Whoa.
pornography. I used to hook on pornography. It's not like it's something that I really wanted,
Right.
but it happened.
Yes.
But I'm a person like this. I know that there is a God.
Right.
And so, I just cry out to God and
Mm-hmm.
ask God to just deliver me from this thing because it was not easy. It's like I was in prison. I was locked up in prison. And I never know how to come out. I don't know how to do it. But I cry out to God and God deliver me. I was rejected from the womb, so I've been through rejection. I never know about the love of Jesus
That's
Christ.
mm-hmm.
And so when you're out in sin,
Right.
you're searching, looking for love,
Right.
and sometimes you end up in the wrong arms,
Right.
arms of a
Right.
man that
Yes.
don't even love you.
True.
So I been there and done it, and it brought a lot of tears because sin, as I said, come with a lot of
And she
consequences,
is right.
and so things was not going on right for me, and so at one point I felt like I want to give up on life. I want to commit suicide. I have a lot of suicidal thoughts.
Wow.
All of these things I've been through, but it is because of the grace of God
Right,
why I am
right.
still here. So I'm encouraging someone,
Mm-hmm.
a young woman, a
Mm-hmm.
young man, if
Right.
you're struggling, just cry out to Jesus.
Jesus,
He will
right.
help you. Glory be to God. And so if you just surrender to God, if
Mm-hmm.
you just surrender to the Almighty God, then He will deliver you. He will set you free from whatever you are struggling with.
Wow, what a word. Listen to me, it's a brief word. Very brief, but very informative. And listen, do you think you will overcome? Because many Christians said they accepted Christ, but they are still out there, they are still in the church, they are still having challenges with pornography and all of these things, and masturbation, where the Bible says masturbation is sin. But I know of Christians that are still struggling with those things. So what would you say to them? Let go or what?
Okay. Um, I just want to point out this. It is not easy. I just want to say that. I
Yeah.
don't want persons to believe that it is easy.
See,
That Christianity is an easy road. But you have to build a relationship with God. You have to read His Word.
Right.
As Sister Lynette will say that many are struggling
Right.
in the Christian faith. They are struggling with masturbation.
Sean, right.
But listen, you have to fast and pray.
Right.
Fasting.
Yes.
You have to fast. Go on what a 3-day fast, a week fast, and cry out to God. Lock into the presence of the Lord and allow God to deliver you. Free up yourself and allow God to deliver you. So just build a relationship with God. Worship God. Listen to some worship music.
You're
Just
right.
give God praise.
Right.
Open up your spirit unto Him. And avoid certain temptation or things that are going to tempt you.
Right.
Because some of us, we easy to
Yes, sir. Yes, yes, yes.
And so, we can't go places that we used to go because all things have passed away. Behold, all things become new. So if you know that, all right, God deliver you out of the party world. Like
Right,
me, when
right.
you staying at the dance hall.
Right.
Yes. You're not gonna go to a party anymore because
Right.
God deliver you from it. So
Right.
you're not gonna return back. So I'm just saying that just draw closer to God in prayer, fasting, and crying out to God and worship.
Right.
And allow God to just use you.
Allow God to use you. Let go and let God. You know that prayer is a very powerful thing. Very powerful. Because if you are struggling with certain things, once you cry out to God, it may not come when you want it, but it's gonna come. Prayer is the key. In my opinion, prayer is the key. All right. So how do you go about your daily life as a Christian? And people are gonna see you walk on the road and I'll call to you and I say, young lady, and they might say, watch her, since she says she a Christian. Some people use a pass against you. Since you becomes a Christian, you are going like you're that. How do you accept those challenges?
It is not easy. If I say that again, but
That's a talk up in
you
our
have
mic.
to know who you are in God.
Yes.
And that's the first thing. You have to know who you are in God. And so many times when they call to me and say certain stuff, I just witness to them. I just say, Jesus loves you.
Yes.
And I don't listen to the critics or what they have to say.
Right.
I just give them the word, tell them that Jesus loved them. And sometimes I've been a little reason
Right,
them
right,
also.
right.
And then after I witness to them. So for me, I would not say it's a challenge for me when they're calling to me. Because
Right.
I know how to deal with them.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
I know how to deal
Okay.
with
Okay. So she said she know how to deal with it. So you see, guys, if you are watching and you see her on the road, you can call to her because she know how to fix you. She know how to deal with that, okay? All right. In the next 5 years, or not like put it to 5, in the next 3 years from now, how do you see yourself growing? You are now a deaconess. How do you see yourself growing in your ministry?
So in the next
3 years.
3
I was
years.
saying 5, but I put it down.
3 years.
Right.
Wow. God have called me for greater things.
Right.
So, I dream of preaching all over the world.
Okay.
Glory to God,
Okay.
traveling
Okay.
all over preaching.
Okay. Yeah.
And I recognize that God has given me a gift of deliverance.
Oh.
Yes, so that's the I love to I love when people are free.
Right. Right.
Lots of persons are in bondage, and so I love when persons are just free.
Free.
And I have a helping heart. Honestly, I pray that God will really bless me as how I want.
Right.
To help persons out there that are struggling even financially.
Charlie. Right.
Yes, so I believe I will get there by the help of God.
Great. All right. Is there anybody in your church or in Jamaica that you look up to as a Christian? Is there any pastor or deaconess or evangelist that you look up to?
Well, I would say my apostle, Apostle Marcia Tucker. Not because she's my apostle.
Right, right.
But that woman, I know her story.
Right.
And she have been through a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Persons spoke some negative things
That,
over her.
right.
And I really see she stand for God.
Yes.
In spite of everything that
Yes.
the enemy is coming
Mm-hmm.
at her with,
Mm-hmm.
she just stand up. She's a strong woman in God.
Mm-hmm.
And so I really look up to her, in spite of the fight, in spite of the enemy sending darts at her, she still stand and, she still declare the word of God. She still worship even when she's going through her struggles. There is a praise, there's a worship, there's a prayer, something, so I really look up to a wonderful woman of God.
Apostle Marcia Tucker, I met you lately coming from Bulby on a bus. I met Apostle and she was just this wonderful human being, and I know she's speaking the truth. She's a wonderful woman of God, and I pray that God and his angels may guide you as you go along. All right, so what if you was walking down the step and you're going into the town coming from church, and when you reach down there, so somebody step to you as a Christian, you're a deaconess and you come from church and your high heels and your Bible in your hand, but somebody, me not say a devil send him,
Yes.
step to you, what would you do?
Step to me, like in what way though?
Like, your problem, man, like, want fight you or want curse you out or tell you, curse words or whatever. How would you handle it?
Honestly, all right, I'm a person like this. I'm not gonna curse. I'm gonna pray.
Yes.
Never start pray.
Yeah.
You understand? I'm just that kind of person. I'm not gonna curse. I'm not gonna say shut your mouth or nothing like that. I'm gonna just pray. That's all I know to do. Because I'm not a person that's gonna curse you.
So
I'm
what?
not gonna say if a person will slap me, I will slap them back.
Yes,
I
man.
say that.
Okay.
I
Because
will
we
not
are
say
just
that.
human
We are
beings,
human
don't?
beings. So I don't think I would take a lick.
Right.
Somebody.
Right.
But the person,
Fine.
for me.
Okay. And then they have a thing says they leave it to the Lord in prayer.
Yes.
Because there's nothing that God can't do. No matter the challenges you face, no matter. All right. How do you think, as a deaconess, how do you think what I would say now? How do you think becoming a deaconess? How have you grown? Remember, say you come from down here, so girl step in a church, baptized, did it as a church girl. So till the Lord see you fit. Pastor say, all right, me I got ordain you as a deaconess. How has you grown since you become a deaconess?
Wow. Well, I can say that I'm more bolder than before. Honestly, I really don't like crowd. I really don't like the video lights.
Me can't say you don't like a video
Honestly,
like, but
I don't really like video light, but it's just what the Lord wants. I just have to just obey.
right,
I just have to just surrender to whatever God wants me to do.
right, right,
Yes, so
right,
I have grown a lot, being around other persons and
right,
learned and, being up here even on the pulpit, and pouring out to others.
right.
It helped me it really encourages me a lot. And I've really grown spiritually. Yes, I've really grown.
All right. Do you think you are a role model to someone out there?
Yes, I honestly, yes, I did. One young man saw me recently and he said that, oh my, you're still a Christian? He said, for so long you're a Christian. He said to me that you're trying to backslide. Because for so long we know you as a Christian and we never see you, out of
Yeah,
the way, never see that you're not out of the way or anything
right.
like that. And that encourages me a lot. So there are many persons that really look up to me, as a young person, in the Lord, it
Mm,
is not easy. I'm single. Honestly,
okay.
yes. So, it encourages me to stay in God.
Right. All
Yes.
right. As you touch on that point, single. Me glad you tell me and I know me ask you. Me glad you tell me and I know me ask you. All right. How do you, as a single woman, stay in church? How do you, as a single woman, stay in church? Because it is not easy.
No, it's not.
But how do you stay in?
Well, honestly, wow. I just, I don't know, I just build a prayer life with God.
Right.
As a Christian, not young Christian, but, as a
Right.
Christian, you have to find something to do
Right.
to keep yourself occupied.
Right.
Because, if you're not doing nothing, sitting down, not doing nothing, the enemy sometimes will come with his lies and,
Right.
plague you with certain things, even what you have gone through. You will say, the enemy will come and say that you must go back
Mm-hmm.
and do what you were doing before.
Mm-hmm.
And so it is good to
Have a
be,
connection
yes,
with
and have
God.
a connection with God.
Right, right. It
Yes,
is
it
good.
is good to have a
Read His
connection with
word,
God.
pray,
Pray,
as what them say. All
yes,
right. When you're single, it's best. Like how you're a deaconess, they say it's best for you to have something doing in the church because it keep your mind
yes.
off certain things. But listen, another question is coming to you. Are you ready for marriage? Because people see upon this now, I say you're single,
Oh,
So are
boy.
you ready for marriage? If
Uh,
your husband comes along, because you don't know when your husband are gonna come along, right? So
no.
are you ready for marriage?
Honestly, mentally, I think I'm ready, but financially, I
Right.
don't think I am ready.
No girl, gotta go
Because,
fix that for you. Gotta go send you one money, man. Don't worry yourself about that. You think gotta look here, he said you will go through no darker road than he has ever gone through. So you think say gotta go see her sit down and wait nice young miss like you and wait for like a husband.
no,
Come on, man. He's gonna fix that, man. You have to pray and ask
and
God. Don't
ask
worry
him to
about
do
the
it.
financially, man. God I go fix it for you. Because you are such a nice young lady. And I
Amen.
really, really I'm glad you could take the time out to come and sit down. Make a talk. Don't.
Yes,
All
and
right.
thanks for
So look here. I lastly, because I'm gonna my podcast is not long. I am gonna wrap up, but what I want you to do for me, I just want you to just give me a little, me not say big, little bit, maybe a paragraph or a sentence of a story, what you have gone through and how you overcome.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Being getting saved
Right,
as I mean
right,
God knows. I've been through a situation where I got raped. talking in Ghana. I'm not talking out outside. I know persons maybe look at it and say that, oh, she do it. Oh, you overcome that.
Hold on. Since you becomes a Christian?
Yes,
Girl, what you want me to cry for? Since you becomes a Christian?
yes,
Continue.
yes. All I can say is the supernatural power of God that caused me to overcome. Honestly, it was not easy. I cried day, I cried night. But I'm an overcomer.
Right.
I'm an overcomer.
Right.
And I love worship. No, it don't matter what I'm going through. I know
Right.
I always tell God that no matter what I've been through or what I'm going through, I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna worship.
Yes.
That's what I always say to God.
Yes.
So I remember that,
Right.
in the point of the earth and the pain and all of that,
Right.
I remember what I said to God. And that is what strengthened me.
Wow.
That is what strengthens me. And so God is just great.
God is
God is
awesome.
doing a work.
Yes. Yes. He is.
Yes.
Because not many of people would overcome that. We know people who get raped and mad, people who get raped and dead. And you are sitting here today and saying, since I becomes a Christian, I got raped. But look here now, God have your back. And you are gonna move up in this ministry.
Yes, I receive
You
it.
yes,
I
yes,
receive it.
and God have planned for your life. So look here now. I want you to somebody is out there and want to become a Christian, somebody who get raped, somebody who have been on drugs, somebody who have gone through a lot, but want to become a Christian, but saying, I don't want to go to church. I don't want to be a Christian. I want you, in closing my podcast, I want you to give them a word.
A word to you. Mighty God. It's not, I want to say that it's not you gonna do it. It is God. I used to say that, God, I don't want to come into salvation and just turn out, just come on a backslide and all of that. But I want to say to you, it's appointed unto man wants to die, but after death, there comes the judgment. And so if you're out there and God is speaking to you, you need to surrender unto God. Because it's only one life we have.
Right.
And if our soul is not right with God, we are going to a devil's hell. And you know, I know it is not easy. I want to encourage somebody out there that's saying that they might don't want to leave their baby father. Or, sometimes, a lot of persons are going through financial difficulties.
Right,
And
right.
sometimes your baby father is financing them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it's not easy for them to really leave out of that relationship
Right,
to come to God.
right,
Because
right.
they don't want to lose the person.
Right, right.
The person accept them
Right.
and all of that. But you have to make up in your mind.
Right.
You have to, it's either the man or it's God.
God, right.
It cannot be both of them. It's
All
either
right.
the man or God.
All
So
right.
just come to God. Just be obedient. God will do it for you.
Right.
You cannot do it on your own. We are not our own. We belong to God. So God bless you.
Okay, God bless you. Okay, and that is the word of Deaconess Cunningham. It was my greatest pleasure having you to sit down and talk with me. I am grateful and I hope you will be back for season 3. I thank you so much. It was a wonderful word. And I know God, they said, with God in the vessel, you shall smile at the storm. So I know, just ride out your storm. It's one of my favorite songs. Ride out your storm. God is there with you. You understand? So just ride out your storm, girl, and everything will be all right. That is the end of my podcast, Motivation with Linnell. So look here. Run over to YouTube, like, share, and subscribe. Mwah.